Hey guys, I'm reshooting that live video. It went way too long. Blair here with iamhealin. Live topic tonight is the game changer, brain injury, and football specifically is what was on my mind when I wanted to have this conversation with you tonight. I'm wearing my Houston Texans jersey in honor of those people going through Hurricane Harvey and everyone in that area. Shout out and much love to you guys. Wishing you safety and wise choices as you weather the storm. And also say a shout out to the Houston Texans who are up here because of the conditions down in Houston, practicing at the Star Field here in Frisco, Texas. And just wishing you all well. And I know that exhibition game is coming up this week, so maybe we'll get to see it up here. That being said, you guys, this is a very serious topic. As a huge football fan, I started watching with my dad at a very early age. We went to all the homecoming games for the college football, but we also regularly attended the pro games. I was very blessed and fortunate to be able to have season tickets and get to see every preseason and every regular season game for 13 years of my life. And it was a true blessing for me. I love the sport, and just like a lot of fans, all the changes that came about initially and seeing those flags fly on a regular basis was kind of frustrating to me. We missed that kind of hard-hitting action, but until awareness was brought about with the concussion syndrome and the reasons behind this to protect the players, man, it's unbelievable when you see behind the scenes what these guys and their families go through, especially after they retire. Back in Atlanta before I moved to Dallas, Texas, I was actually going to be working with NFL Players Association, Retired Players Association, in a program that assisted the athletes in every capacity, on a psychological level, on a financial planning level, on finding alternative careers and having health care. Very much needed. It's amazing. It's kind of parallel to the veterans of war. That these guys that have been out there battling on the field, after they no longer are in the limelight, they're forgotten and lost. So I have quite a bit of experience and understanding in the game of football, what the players go through, but from a healing standpoint, I started out college wanting to be a neurosurgeon. And then quickly looked down the long line of schooling for that particular career and all the other diverse interests that I had, and I said, well, let me switch that to physical therapy. And I'm very interested in kinesiology and how the body works. So that fast forwards me to today, where I discovered energy healing for my own healing purposes. A lot of mine was very neurological, and I did look at several different things in my own healing. So what I want to really share with everyone, anyone that has maybe your children, family member, friends, people that play rougher sports, educate you and help you understand the alternative therapies that are out there that are far more desirable than a lot of the options we see in the mainstream in Western medicine. Okay. The first thing that I want to discuss with you is obviously Reiki healing is energy healing that most people think is some woo-woo out there thing, but I really have studied it from a bioenergetic standpoint and looking at how the body works and how our brain is a master gland and how it connects to the body and has us move through things, but on every level, on an emotional, psychological, and physical level, to understand how the brain functions, to understand how our body functions. And all energy healing really does, guys, is it's proven by physics. Okay, physics describes it as 0-point energy. It is the energy that is omnipresent, that cannot be created nor destroyed. It moves through every living thing. Okay, and our bodies are designed incredibly. Our regeneration powers are beyond what anyone has allowed you to believe or understand. And so I'm here to kind of share with you tidbits on how that works. Okay. So as an energy healer, all I've learned to do is connect to this energy, the 0-point energy field, and govern that energy toward my client or patient, okay? And what that's doing is that's igniting with their system and giving them extra healing energy to then their own body to restore what it already knows how to do. There is this thing called homeostasis. There is this memory that our bodies have, including when we've had traumatic brain injuries that people say you can never come back from. I've witnessed so many things called miracles through this energy healing that it's unbelievable. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want you all to know about, and perhaps you can Google this. Some of the mental disorders and things that I've treated with great success have been Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's has been one of the things that have happened to a lot of these players from their traumatic brain injury, from repeated concussion, and even concussions that they didn't even know they had. I personally have had 3 documented concussions, but I have a really hard head, so I was able to recover from those without any, severe things at the time. They might have had lasting effects that I wasn't aware of until more recently when I went through my health crises. And during that period of time, I did see, I would say a fair estimate is about 6 different neurologists and specialists related to the brain. And, fortunately for me, I was able to come back from all of that, and I did so starting with Reiki energy healing, and then I began to study also NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and this is helping us access parts of our brain and work at an optimal, so that, the high achievers in life can access and master their brain and have more intelligence. And those that have suffered from injury can just basically recover from that injury and return to normalcy or status quo, okay? Homeostasis. Regenerating body cells is a real thing, you guys. The other thing that many people do not know is that therapies for these players or people with what's called TBI, traumatic brain injury, a big part of their therapeutic programs is actually music and sound therapy. So the sound healing and frequency healing that I was just discussing that assists you in your sleep the other day also can assist people that have had traumatic brain injury. People with MS. MS was one of the things that they thought I was suffering from, and so I utilized that therapy myself, and it helps with gait disturbance. So what that means is if you have balance issues, walking issues, speech issues, and it works with all of those in your healing. So those 3 things together are amazing. Okay, when your brain is affected by anything, it affects everything. Okay, your emotions, your ability to think or do things. I mean, it's incredible what people go through that have had any kind of brain injury and or disease that affects the brain. So there's a lot of research supporting this out there, guys. This is a topic that is so broad that I'm looking at it. I'm looking at doing a full webinar on it and going ahead and putting together everything, all the research that I've done, and sharing as much of that with you as I can, so that you can be as confident in this as I am after being able to see more clearly the visual aids, the research facilities and institutes that have participated in these studies. I want to throw my hat in the ring, okay, because I am a passionate football fan and former player. Actually auditioned, tried out for my junior high team. Hey, Nikki Masoner, she did too. It wasn't popular back then, and girls were not allowed, so it didn't happen, but I definitely would have kicked some butt on the field, I can tell you that much. But I'm passionate about athletes not having to go through these repeated surgeries, and when there are alternative therapies. I'm passionate about these guys coming out of the NFL and their families not having to suffer the great amount of suffering that they confront. I mean, they go from this limelight, fast-paced, well-paid life to some of them become homeless. Some of them are left to the wayside. They can't get the health care they need. They can't function. Their bodies are so broken. And so I'm here to offer these solutions, and I'm here to talk to the parents of the kids that are playing these games, or the parents that want to take their kids out of the sports because of these things. I'm letting you know that there is a way that your children can still play these games, enjoy them, and be healthy and live long lives, okay? So if you guys are interested in this webinar, I would like for you to comment below and let me know, because there is going to be a lot of hours put into it, and I want to make sure that we got a good audience for it. So please comment, I'm in, if you'd like to see this webinar happen, and I'm going to dedicate this week of live videos to athletic injuries and solutions to them. One other little mention is that I study plant medicine now as well, and the vibratory patterns and qualities of that, so that we can escape some of these horrible side effects of medications, especially people put on long-term pain medication. I'm sorry, that's really close to my heart, the things that I see happen with that. So we will bring that up in topic tomorrow, in terms of alternatives to pain medication, surgery, things of that nature. And I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.